Alright everybody, welcome back to Skyway Classics YouTube channel. We're now going for a ride in our 1955 Chevy Bel Air hardtop. Of course, you know it's very nice to see a 55 here at Skyway Classics. One of my personal favorites about the 55 is the lovely little emblem sitting on the hood. But anyway, getting back into it, featuring a turquoise and white two-tone exterior. Definitely gives it that old school vibe, especially down here by the water. It makes it look very nice. Very weird because when I looked up the VIN to this car, it actually shows up as a Bel Air. First one I've actually seen to have the post with it, but still very interesting. On the wheels, featuring the chrome torque styles with the spinner caps on it. Other than that, you did see in the pictures it does have the battery in the back for the safety, and more importantly, additional speakers. But anyway, as we move on to the inside, as you can see, it has that matching turquoise and white combination. It's very nice how they've done the interior, especially how they did the vinyl seats with the embroidery of the Bel Air on it. Same for the back seat, in very good condition. Almost looks like nobody ever sat their big butt back there. But anyway, as we look at the cluster, it has had an aftermarket what's it called, Dakota digital cluster. Other than that, you do see it does have the tilt column. I like especially how you have this much room in the back with a small steering wheel. Definitely good for the people with the longer legs like myself. Other than that, you do see underneath you have the adjustments for the Dakota digital dash, along with a scanner where you can plug into your computer to see what's wrong with the car if ever needed. Other than that, you see it does have an aftermarket added vintage AC kit. Best thing you can do, especially down here in Florida with the hot hired heat. Other than that, you may notice it is a old school style radio. However, flipping the knob, it is actually a retro sound built in to look like an older radio. That is one thing I do truly admire about this particular 55 Chevy. Other than that, you do see across the dash your original speaker with the bottomized glove box clock. But other than that, the inside is clean. But as we move on to the engine bay, featuring, I believe, quoted from the folder, a 5.3 LS swap motor. Of course, this particular vehicle does come with a folder documenting some of the work that has been done to it. In fact, the underneath was so clean you might as well have ate an omelet off of it. Featuring, I believe, tubular control arms, a solid floor. Even the frame was solid. The leaf springs have been updated to a multi-leaf. But other than that, it is a fine low ride. It does have that little purr, a little bit squealed, it almost like it has an air blower on it. But other than that, she handles pretty well. In fact, even for the steering wheel going perfectly straight, it is a particular car I'd like to take to a show. But as for now, it is time to get it turned around and up on the lift. So if you have a moment, folks, just stay tuned with us to see the underneath.